Salve, salve, galerinha! Trazendo mais vídeo pro canal. Galerinha, hoje nós vamos dar continuidade aqui em nossas aventuras no Genshin Impact. E no vídeo de hoje nós vamos estar fazendo aqui a missão lendária, né? Nova, que foi liberada pra gente. E consequentemente também foi liberado um novo banner, né? Aqui mostrar pra vocês. Trocamos aí o banner Tabal. Agora temos aí a Ministra da Deriva. E nós também temos aqui uma nova missão lendária. Se a gente for aqui no desafio, se for uma missão lendária, a gente vai ver aqui que tem a missão lendária da nova personagem que vai estar sendo liberada aí no banner. E a gente, para desbloquear essa missão lendária, a gente vai precisar das chaves, né? Eu tenho duas chaves de 3 ali. E essas chaves, como eu já falei anteriormente para vocês, a gente consegue farmar elas fazendo essas missões roxinhas. Vou mostrar aqui para vocês essas missões diárias roxinhas aqui na missão de aventura, que todo dia são resetadas, né? Então a gente faz 4 missões. A gente faz ali 4 missões. Se a gente fizer 8, no caso 2 dias, a cada 2 dias a gente pega uma chave, né? A gente precisa de 8, depois a gente troca por uma chave. Sendo que o limite máximo de chaves que a gente pode ter é 3. Então eu vou desbloquear logo aqui. A gente precisa de uma chave só para desbloquear. E quando a gente desbloqueia, né, essa missão lendária ela vai vir aqui para cima. E a gente vai marcar aqui a navegação, né? Normalmente essas missões lendárias elas dão bastante experiência de mundo. E também no final, na última parte dela, a gente vai ganhar aí umas gemas essenciais. Então eu já queria pedir para o pessoal deixar aquele like, se inscrever no canal. Se você não for inscrito, vídeo todos os dias, ative aí o sininho das notificações para você receber a notificação dos vídeos. Queria agradecer o pessoal que está se inscrevendo no canal, o pessoal que está escrevendo nos comentários, o pessoal está compartilhando aí os vídeos nas redes sociais. Muito obrigado. Lembrando que eu estou fazendo live. Se vocês quiserem participar das lives, é só seguir meu canal que está aparecendo aqui embaixo e ativar notificações para vocês ficarem sabendo quando eu ficar online. Então vamos ver aqui a história, né? Normalmente essas missões lendárias são bem feitas.
Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh, shall we take a look around?
Mas a gente vai ter que dar uma olhada, a mulher não chegou ainda.
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. We could split into 2 teams, one to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have... Then again, Madame Kokumi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can...
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must...
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from...
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring... Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into 2 teams. Can we ask you to keep them off?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sap... Watch yourselves.
Seems like the resistance...
Ok, a gente vai ter que ir lá nos Fatui. Ali já tem uma galerinha, né? Aí eu acho que é pra derrotar esses caras aqui. Okay. Derrotamos os Fatuis aqui.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that, Europe? Let Paimon see! Oh, wow! This is a whole book! Is it all...
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives. Still, we're fortunate.
Oh, understanding every eventuality.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island? Her Excellency's about half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old
The spirit of the Anyway, we're.
I believe Her Excellency is. There were reports of a possible. We should probably get going ourselves. And I'm sensing. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is.
Sounds good. Ready when you.
Ok. Ah, dá pra gente ir andando aqui.
Wait, aren't you? Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our I wasn't with Swordfish too. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor? Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service. On edge. In fairness, victory's declared, and I don't know what else it could be. And all the more so now that you're.
What a nice.
Ah, vou ter que seguir em frente. Tá dormindo.
I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Unsettled. Not that I would, necessarily. We're at peace now, finally. And I, for one, intend to make the most. So...
I don't understand what exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard that. Wait, for real? You're sure of? Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. I knew it. Shh, keep your voice down.
Hey there. What you talking?
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about what we... No, let's not mention it. She's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been her. I'm sure the captain would... welcome back to Watatsumi Island. Her Excellency should be in the village at...
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business.
I'm innocent! Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on the site. Take him away!
Wait! Kokomi! Something's going down over here!
Your Excellency! This merchant is suspected of criminal act. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no—
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone, Matsuda, Uchimura. I understand that but before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must— If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be— Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity.
Of course! I can I'm a trader on the island. So naturally, I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then... but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First, I lose all my inventory, then I get...
And why should we believe you? So what? That doesn't prove they took... And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands.
What? The Tenryo Commissioner colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
Would the Tenryo Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already... We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time, but on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose over...
It has been brought to my... We are scheduled to be— Kujo, Sara, and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arranged, if that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan— Sir, are you—
Yes, it's the truth, I swear!
Very well. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryo Commission, I expect you to fully
Yes, of course.
Matsuda?
Well received, Your Ex.
Good. Now, Traveler, I mean, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I also have a few new things to teach you.
Ok, vamos com ela.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui,
Será que dá pra teleportar? Acho que tem que teleportar, né? Mais rápido.
whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merc from the looks of it. It used to...
No.
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But our enemy is in the light while we are in the shadow. Option 1, if we strike from above. Option 2, if we manage to they'd be caught complete. Option 3.
Wow.
That will depend on a surprise attack with an explosion. If we decide to take advantage of the environment, it's decided. We should take them down.
Ok, vamos ter que derrotar os Fatui. Espera aí. Vamos usar a menininha aqui.
By royal decree, I'll protect you.
Ai.
No escape. Prepare yourself.
The king is overthrown. Only the pawns remain.
I'll put you on hot. Let's move. Shouldn't get careless. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. That all you got? You can't run. Well, neither can I. Looks like I went too far.
Excellent work.
All thanks to your...
Actually, even winning a battle takes...
Now that you mention it, Paimon... Hey!
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a village. What's their objective?
All right.
Ó, tem um negócio.
So these are the Fatui food supplies? Whoa! This place is chock full of boxes
Tem um aqui, ó.
materials. Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? Here's a... Kokumi! Kokumi! We found the merchant!
I see. Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen cooked food, medicine, farming tools, all essential for post-war recovery. And he was by contract, in all likelihood.
He's hurt. We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we?
Don't worry. I had already, in my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These,
Kokumi, you think of...
I wish that were true. The low energy...
Huh?
Nothing. It's not long now until the victory feast.
Got it! First we...
Ah, vamos voltar, né?
My goods. Thank you, Your Excellency. You see,
I'm not so sure. You could have...
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left.
But
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As
apologies.
guess we got carried away.
Sir, I am afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is... You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side...
I have no business taking sides. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations
Wait a minute.
Well, don't just stand there. Take...
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. I know, that's...
Not at all, Your Excellency. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case. But our people know what I know the piece...
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to...
Ok.
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you. It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest it was close to the statue of the Seven. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was up. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be...
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy Oh my.
Thanks.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all, if we reconcile with them, the god who...
Come on, that's ancient hit.
I know...
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully.
Wonderful.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make... I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so...
Well, if she comes to
Your Excellency, boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year.
Oh, Your
Ixi, a mulher tem que responder tudo, velho.
Please, remain calm, though, for the longer ones. I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then Are you alright? This kind of...
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch.
Oh! We retrieved those all...
Really? That's fantastic. You never... I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today.
That's today?
Yes. The two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just
I see.
Yay! Great! See you tomorrow.
Ok. Concluímos mais um. Ah, a gente vai ter que esperar, né? Das 10 às 12. Então a gente vai ter que adiantar o horário aqui. Tá, vamos. Teleporta lá pro meio.
That's weird.
Eu tô achando que essa mulher vai dar um chabu aí.
Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Ela tá muito cansada, eu acho.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment.
So strange.
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be on... The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication. As far as I'm concerned...
Kokomi, really?
Lá a mulher tem um relatório pra cada coisa que ela faz, tá louco?
Are you sure this is the right place? Feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Olha ela aqui.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet
Ela tá dormindo, né?
things ready.
É.
I apologize.
You got sick? We'll go find it.
No. It's nothing.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a...
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always... You noticed? To be honest, constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow stuck because of my... So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any...
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about...
We'll find it and then we'll read it up.
You do that for me? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa, look at all. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's... Sangonomiya events cash flow statement. Consolidate. This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has. Let's try... Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back to...
That's just, give it...
Guess that was the wrong... It's gotta be... Look, there's even a bookmark. Ooh, it's pretty... Well... pretty exhausted. Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you see? Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the I can't believe it. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over. Woohoo!
Ok, concluímos mais uma missão. Vamos voltar lá, né? Espere até 18. Adiantar o horário. Aí.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still how much energy
Bugou o som do relógio.
thanks to that's great. Welcome everyone. Recently, none of us can know. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won. Tonight seems to have gone off without people tend to be more open. I still have no and I'm concerned that some. Okay, shoot.
Watatsumi, recently, well, the biggest during the hostility, when the catch was we'd go to bed. I hear you're.
Oh.
Come on.
Okay.
Hey there. Care for some? Are you referring to the It's funny you should say that. The soldier seemed excitable, though. He's been acting strange. It's a miracle. Sorry, I'm a...
Sounds promising.
Actually came back.
Nuh-uh.
Is that so? All anyone talk. Do you remember what the most important thing is? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the I'll answer your question.
What do you think? Are we?
Well,
Bellowing thunder.
you're a strong fighter. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can... Captain. Comrade. We made it up.
What? What the heck are you...
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of what's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the right and we are the resistance. We can't trust the Tenryo. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kind of... Yeah. Are you seriously...
Don't take that tone. For the sake of Vic, you'd have me just put... Every time I see them there in my... I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell some...
Too late? What? Darn. Doesn't seem like it. What are we gonna do?
A gente vai ter que avisar a menininha. Kokomi.
About the Tenryo Commission, they wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they... I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I perceived what they were feeling. I think I understand what caused the talks don't begin. I highly suspect. Well, that's no good. That won't work. It would almost, not to mention... Sounds like a really... Don't let it worry you.
These soldiers crossed the line, but let's meet here again tomorrow.
Aí vamos ter que adiantar o horário de novo. É umas 10 horas.
Well, here. These are some. I took the liberty of writing.
Whoa. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt. Wow. There are so many. But you've thought of a solution to each.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional, but any amount of dissatisfaction as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island. Excellent.
Ok, vamos com ela. Lá onde é o negócio? Eu acho que os caras vão atacar, né?
It's been a while.
Yes, but before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards.
Seems reasonable. Then let's... The first item is the Maritime Administration. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation.
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be
accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your
negotiations seem to be going.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi. And the same has been true. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize...
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's...
Let's leave that aside for now then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction...
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow what...
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take...
E vai ter treta.
Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them. Protect Madam Kujo.
Number 16. No, wait. 67.
moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from Madam Kujo. This is rather serious. I believe.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until you two here. Speak. Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned at the time I felt like we could give it a try.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and... With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they... You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining... So...
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to... One day, I will hunt them down. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of...
For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable.
It seems that I must I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as for the trade issues we raised.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. I think we can leave things there for today.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear.
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Ó. Vamos voltar.
Your Excellency!
I have already been informed you believe the Tenryou Commission to be... Fortunately, the...
But Your Excellency, I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory!
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect during the war there were... But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people... I understand, I do. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will.
It's not your fault either way. We are ready to accept...
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping you and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be...
Your Excellency, what are you...
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace. But we must... I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time. All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, and if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll...
I can feel my energy levels starting to drop.
Ah, de novo naquele lugar. Acho que dá pra ir andando, né?
for everything. With your help, peace has been recovering. Today was a reminder that I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiate. Do you think so? To be honest, in the past, I was concerned, but I realized now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way. In short, I've still got some maturing to do.
Então, galerinha, concluímos aí a missão lendária. Ganhamos 60 gemas essenciais. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Deixa aquele like, se inscreva no canal. Se você não for inscrito no vídeo todos os dias, ative aí o sininho das notificações para você receber a notificação dos vídeos. Queria agradecer o pessoal que está se inscrevendo no canal. O pessoal está deixando feedbacks, comentários. O pessoal está compartilhando os vídeos nas redes sociais. Muito obrigado. Lembrando que eu estou fazendo live. Se vocês quiserem participar das lives, é só seguir meu canal que está aparecendo aqui embaixo. E ativar notificações para vocês ficarem sabendo quando eu ficar online. Então é isso, galera. No próximo vídeo. Valeu, falou e fui.